Imagine sitting in your office or scrolling through endless pitches, feeling a knot tightening in your gut. Another founder with a spark in their eyes, telling a story that almost moves you. But deep down, you know you can't just fund every story, every dream. There's a weight on your shoulders. How do you pick the few who aren't just chasing money, not just trying to be another copycat? How do you find the ones who will shake the ground instead of simply shuffling feet? This isn't just business, it's personal. Because every dollar, every choice, every nod locks into a future, the real future or a shadow of what could have been. There's a raw truth no one will say out loud. You are chasing more than just numbers or metrics. You are hunting for something rare, something fierce. You want to back people who refuse to be boxed in, who refuse to settle for the comfort of fitting in. You want the rebels, the ones who will break the very system you sometimes feel trapped by. But how to spot them beneath the noise? Beneath the rehearsed pitches and slick presentations? Angel investing isn't a game you play with spreadsheets alone. It's about reading the fire behind a look, catching the grit behind a word. It's about understanding what the world is really paying for. And it's not just innovation. The world pays for courage. For those who dare to defy the chains of what is and instead build what's next. That hunger, that refusal to compromise their essence, that's what you crave. Because the world is tired of the same old tune. It needs those who will scream a new one. You feel it in the quiet moments, between meetings, in the silence when the pitch ends, but the real question lingers. Does this person have the guts to do what it takes when the spotlight fades? When failure isn't just a buzzword, but a soul-crushing reality? When every dollar feels like a bet on a hurricane rather than a breeze? This is the battlefield where angels fight, where decisions aren't just about profit, but purpose. About disrupting the cage disguised as freedom. And that's why so many angels wrestle with doubt, because it's not just money on the line, it's belief. The belief in visionaries who refuse to bow down, who burn instead of bend, who refuse to live lives stolen by a system that tells them to obey or forget. It's a brutal choice. Join the masses or support the outliers. The ones who don't just dream, but move chains. Those are the bets that matter, the bets that break the status quo. Have you ever felt exhaustion from sorting through endless pitches that all look the same, filled with the same buzzwords, empty promises, safe routes? It's like the whole world wears masks, hiding the fierce clarity needed. But deep inside, you know, the real magic isn't in shiny presentations. It's in raw, unfiltered passion. The kind of passion that makes people stay awake at night, burning with an idea so hot it could set the world aflame. That fire doesn't scream for attention. It quietly demands respect. It's visible not in what is said, but in what can't be hidden. The subtle grit, the raw reality behind every smile and every risk taken. You see it in founders who don't just talk about disruption, but embody it in every fiber of their existence. Those are the ones that angels crave, because they don't just want returns. They want impact, a crack in the system that's been hiding brilliance behind conformity. What if the real secret isn't about chasing the next big market or flashy tech? What if it's simply about listening to your gut when all the noise tells you to play safe? Angels are warriors. They're outliers who see what others miss, the potential of unleashed individuals, the human spark beyond spreadsheets. You invest not just to grow wealth, but to break chains, to be part of something raw and real that scares the system itself. Look beyond traction numbers. Forget the buzzwords. Look for the founder who's willing to look failure in the eye and say, "Bring it on." Look for the founder whose vision shakes their bones so hard they cannot sleep. Because only those who refuse comfort bring true change. They are the few who'll carry the torch beyond the horizon, while others cling to the fading light of tradition. This is not about backing the hottest trend. This is about backing those who carry fire underground and rise like a volcano when ready. They don't wait for permission. They don't play by rules written for others. They carve their own paths, even when the world tries to box them in with fake freedoms and hollow promises. Angels know the real world lies. It tells you you're free while crafting prisons of comfort and conformity. You've seen the patterns, systems that reward obedience and punish originality, cultures that preach equality but reward compliance, moments where your investment feels like throwing a life raft to people still wearing chains. But the truly successful angel knows liberation isn't given, it's seized, not with slogans or surface promises, but with radical transformation. It's wild, messy, terrifying, and profoundly beautiful. So what does it take to find these rare souls, to be that rare angel who burns with the same fire? It starts with ruthlessness, not towards others, but towards the old self, the inherited beliefs, the easy answers. You ask impossible questions, tear down illusions, reject the noise designed to seduce you into safety and mediocrity. You align yourself with founders who don't want to belong, they want to become, who don't imitate nations, systems, or easy templates, but transcend all of that. Angels don't just build companies, they build legacies of freedom and transformation, together with founders who are done waiting, who refuse borrowed lives and carry the weight of new worlds ready to be born. And patience. This is key. Patience with the slow burn, the long game, the will to sit through failures and pivots because the fire inside knows that eternity favors those who endure. Lightning strikes fast, but true storms last longer. As an angel, your power isn't in quick wins, but in steadfast belief in the few who will become many. What's more, this journey will never be easy. It's not meant to be comfortable, because comfort is the enemy of transformation. The world's supposed freedom is designed to bury your fire under heaps of convenience and conformity. But angels know better. They know the real power lies in transformation, of founders, ideas, systems, and themselves. This means tough choices every day, saying no to the noise, no to the mediocre, no to the easy, to say yes only to those few who burn as fiercely as you do. It means building relationships not on shallow charm, but on shared vision and ruthless honesty. It means creating a secret club that's not exclusive for the sake of it, but because true power lives in essence, not noise. The reward? It's not just financial gain. It's the rush of knowing you helped free a spark in a world that desperately needs to be lit up. Every fight you back, every founder you fuel, it's a push against a system that wants silence and obedience. It's a spark that helps the few become the many. The fragment of rebellion turned into a tidal wave of breakthrough. Let this sink in. Your role as an angel investor isn't just about money. It's about power, the power to shape what comes next, to enable those who refuse chains, to stand with those who would rather burn whole than flicker dim. The pain you feel in not knowing who to trust can be the very flame that guides you to the right souls. Your own fire knows the pulse of others who burn alike. So never settle for the easy pitch, the surface story, the soft promises. Peel back the layers, demand fire, demand transformation. Support those who ask for it, who live it, who live in the cracks between worlds, who thrive on the edge of possibility, because that's where true change always happens. Together with these rare, fierce individuals, you're not just investing in business, you're investing in a new world rising. And remember, this path isn't for everyone. It is not for the comfortable or the compliant or the ones who fear the rare. But if inside you, a restless voice breaks through the quiet, whispering that you're destined for more, that waiting is not an option, then you're in the right place. Because here lies a movement of rare souls, a rebellion against the old, a relentless becoming. It is here where angels find their true power, and with it, the power to unleash futures that defy every limit, break every chain, and burn with a light no one can extinguish. This is what angel investors are really looking for: fire, raw, unstoppable fire. And once you see that, you will never look back.